2022 spring boundary water trip. So this is mine and Becca's second trip. Becca's also my wife. A little introduction on her.
Hello guys.
And so we did go out to this boundary waters one other time in the fall time 2 years ago, and ever since then we both loved it and have just wanted to get back. And so first time going out, definitely a lot of trial and error with gear and what we brought. And so we just wanted to give you a loadout on what we're bringing on this current trip, as we are still learning and we still may or may not need all these items, but this is what we are planning on bringing as of now. So let's just go over the main items here. We got our sleep system here. We got both of our sleeping bags in this one dry 35-liter pack.
We also have our two camp pillows and our sleeping bag liners.
So since we're going out here in the springtime, the current weather conditions have kind of looked a little on the cooler side, and with not really knowing exactly what we're getting into, we're bringing warmer stuff to just be on the safe side. So Becca got herself a Sea to Summit thermal light reflector, sleeping bag liner, and I've just got a Cocoon mini or mummy liner, and that's our sleeping bag liners. We've got two camp pillows, just inflatables. I've got my Enlightened Equipment quilt in here, 20-degree bag. And then we've got Becca's rolled up in here pretty nice, so we're just going to leave it. It's a Marmot 20-degree mummy style. And so we'll set those off here quick. So everything we're packing up here is all going in dry bags, but we will also be putting a pack liner in our backpack as well. We just do not currently have the pack liner. We're getting that from our outfitter. So let's go next. So we started with our sleep system. Now we'll go with our tent. We've got a MSR Freelight 2-person tent, and so here's our ground fly, our 2-person tent. Love this MSR. Can't say anything bad about it. It is tight in there for 2 people. Most of them are 1.5 people. But we fit both of us in it with all of our gear.
And we also put our packs in there. And how much does this weigh again?
It's like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, I think, for the entire tent system.
And we also have our air mattresses that we have. We have Thermarest, a Trail Pro, and which is Christian's, and then this one is...
This one looks like it's maybe yours.
Yeah,
this one's yours.
This one's yours.
She's just got the regular size one, and I've got the Trail Pro regular wide. We're going a little bit thicker on our air mattresses, but since we are canoeing, we're looking to have a little comfort, and no better place to not skimp out than on our sleep system. So there's our sleep system and our tent area. A couple other things we are bringing. We're bringing these
for luxury.
We got these camp chairs, both of us. This is mine and this is Becca's. She's got the Zero, a lot smaller than just the regular Helinox. Both very great chairs.
We've both had these for a few years now, and
many trips.
We absolutely love them. It's nice to be able, after a long day of canoeing or hiking, to sit down at the campfire. Yeah,
so let's see here. Both of us, we've got all of our clothing already packed too. No, it kind of looks maybe a little bit bigger. This is for a 5-day trip. I've got some pants, long sleeves, you name it. I kind of packed a little all over. So there's my my clothing. I know it's maybe a little on the heavier side. And here's Becca's clothing bag. I'm also doing a little fishing, so I do have my net, I do have my 2 rods, and stuffing out in our garage. I'm bringing 2 rods, a medium light and a medium. This is our camp saw. Got this one, it's out of a Minnesota company, can't remember the name of it exactly, but they've kind of became a little more updated now. This is maybe an older one, or older style now. But yeah, this is the, it's the Bob the Bob Dust Root quick buck saw. Used it on our last trip and it worked phenomenal. I know the newer ones kind of the newer ones kind of have this stuff built into them now where you don't have to take the blade out and stuff, but we've had good luck with it and there's no plans on changing it now. So this, just like this kind of goes in, and there we go. We've got our camp saw. Great saw, all made of aluminum, very sharp blade.
Very light.
Very lightweight and easy compactable. Comes apart very quick and easy. So we'll set that aside too. So a couple other things we're bringing too. We're bringing extra paracord and extra tent stakes for our new. This is also by Cook's Custom Sewing. It's a rainfly, and we went with just a colorful one. It's got white, blue,
yellow,
orange, really cool colors. Excited to test this out. Rainfly is new for us this year, and from what I've heard, it's a must out in the Boundary Waters. So that's those items too.
We also got our water filtration system that we have in here, and we're going with a gravity bag.
Yep, by Lifestraw. It's new to us again this year as well.
We've always used the Sawyer Mini, or the
Sawyer Squeeze.
The
yep.
Sawyer Squeeze on our past trips.
Also great filter, just a little bit slower for our group size. This 3-liter Lifestraw will probably be great at night. Just a couple extra more trips to and from the lake. But so excited to try out the new Lifestraw as well. And of course, we are bringing medical kits. We've kind of doctored both of these up. This is our ultralight, watertight one. We'll each carry our own first aid kit. I'm a big advocate on carrying first aid kits always with you, just because you just never know. And so I like to be prepared, and that's why we're maybe bringing a little extra, but I'd rather be prepared out in the wilderness. So ultralight first aid kit and a My Medic kit as well. So we'll each carry one of those. Let's go over a couple of our ditty bags here. We got a couple ditty bags here that we're also packing with. This has all of our camera gear that we're bringing. So we're going to be bringing a Sony a6000 that we're recording on right now. We are also bringing a GoPro, which is a Hero 10. This is also a new piece of gear for us this year too. We got ourselves a Pelican case that I got the lens, some battery packs, camera sits there, GoPro, batteries, chargers, microfiber cloth, all that, extra SD cards, all that's there. Excited to test out the Pelican case and see how it goes. So, should be waterproof with our electronics. And so, also with our camera gear, we got tripods, straps, stuff like that. Just kind of stuff that doesn't need to be wet camera gear. And then another piece of gear that's new to us this year too is the Garmin GPS Map 66i. The reason I went with the I too was that it does have this SOS button here on the side. And the SOS button just kind of gives you a little peace of mind when you're out on the trail, and you know, in case you need to use it. Nice thing about this is that it's got a screen, so you can actually kind of see the mapped out area that you're at, and then you can also two-way communicate with it. So, new piece of gear again with the Garmin 66i. Excited to use that this year.
This is our toiletry bag. We got our trawl, our little shovel in here, so we can dig a hole, do our duty, and cover it up. We also have some toilet paper and some some wet cloths. They just add a little bit of water, and you're good to go. So we got all of our bathroom needs in this red ditty bag.
Another kind of miscellaneous bag that we have, we've got our fire starter kit, and we've got fire starters in there, waterproof fire starters, Bic lighters, and I'm also carrying a ferro rod with me as well. So there's that. Here's this miscellaneous gear patch for air pads, tents, mesh, little sewing kit in there, a lot of adhesive and just patches in here for just random, you know, I never know. Another thing we got in here is some extra paracord Never know with the paracord. We did bring extra paracord for our tarp because our tarp didn't come with guidelines on it that we're going to put on out there. And paracord is just so versatile, and it can be used in so many ways as far as pitching a tarp or hanging your bear bag.
And we are expecting some rain during this trip as it shows on the weather, so that's why we want to be prepared with the tarp and making sure we can put up for our campsite.
So,
and we have our...
this is our cook system that we're bringing with us this year too. A couple new items in here too. We went with the MSR kettle or whatever, pot.
Yep.
And that will be new, kind of new and nice for us. We're also going with the Sea to Summit kitchen sink 10 liter. That'll be nice to wash up far enough away from your campsite. You know, they say you should be washing your dishes 200 meters from the waters because we want to keep our boundary waters clean. And so we'll be able to wash our dishes up every night far enough away and dump the water far enough away to protect those boundary waters. I'm also bringing a Snow Peak flask, kind of a new piece for me. Some of my coffee filters, and
just some forks.
We got a Yuko fork and spoon, and then another Outdoor Edge Chow Pal. It's got a knife in it. This is actually a really cool set, and a stirring stick. So that's what we all got in our.
Then we also have, we've always had this MSR pocket rocket. We've used this on many of our hiking trips in the past. We really like it. It's very small, compactable, and it works really well with this kettle that we have. And a fuel tank, so if we need to boil some water to make rice or potatoes, it's just a quick, easy way. If you can't get a fire started, then this is a backup for that. Yep.
And then along with that too, we got a windscreen that's also very crucial for it. On those windier days, a good windscreen really helps the flame, and you know you're able to boil your water. So that works out very well.
Another luxury item is
another luxury item of mine this year is the AeroPress. I just got that this year. I'm a coffee person and I like coffee in the morning, and so couldn't handle the instant coffee anymore, and so went to the AeroPress to have some fresh brewed coffee that I'm gonna grind at home and bring with.
And then our last pan.
Last pan we got is a GSI 11-inch, I think, flat pan. There's a little bit of a lip here. We are planning to do some fresh cooking. You know, we might be catching fish too, and hopefully with that, you know, with the lip, we can maybe kind of do a little bit of frying the fish with a little oil in there, kind of just have the edges. But then we also plan to do pancakes and stuff, so to have this flat edge. We're planning to use this over the fire grate, so stay tuned to see how that worked out for us. We're not sure yet. Gonna test it. Obviously, we know it's gonna get a lot of city and beat up, but we'll see. Couple other items here. We got another CCS Cook's Custom Sewing. It's called a Thort bag, I think. And on this, I've got our map that we planning on traveling right away. Really cool how it's a waterproof feature. Also has a little bag in that. And this bag is actually what I've gone to use for my fishing storage. And so, being we're going out fishing in the spring, should have a good chance at maybe some walleyes and maybe lake trout, not sure. And of course some smallmouth bass should be kind of fun. So I've kind of dialed in my fishing gear with some jig heads, some slip knots, bobbers, and some weights, you know, plastics. I even brought some leaders in case those northerns get bad, never know. And again, I got just all my plugs in this case as well. A little heavier on the fishing stuff, but not too much. Last year, I brought my entire tackle box and 2 or 3 fishing rods, and it was
a little overkill.
Overkill.
Yep. Dialing it down.
Again, in this bag, we've got some sunscreen with. It is cooler up, but we will be out on the sun all day.
Last year we went, we forgot, and luckily there was some people in a boat that was really nice that was willing to share some sunscreen. As you can see, my husband is a redhead, so he does burn easily, and that was key. So we want to make sure we have sunscreen with.
A couple other items that we have in here. We've got some hot hands. Expecting it to be in the 60s, but at night maybe down into the 40s. So, you know, in case you ever get cold, a little warm up. We went with these gear ties too. So I think they come in quite a few selections. I think I've got, I don't know, 20-inch here and a 12-inch here. And these are just for, you know, tying things to the canoe. Maybe when I'm portaging, tying my rod up inside the canoe. And so to have these gear ties, that'll be nice. Of course, I've got my compass with me to follow along with my map. I got a little journal, waterproof paper, and we've got some bug spray for mosquitoes. Being it's earlier, hopefully we don't run into the mosquitoes. That's what we're hoping. And then, of course, another way to start a fire, a backup Zippo emergency fire stash. It's got some tinders in here that we can burn. It's got a little striker. So, never gonna have enough ways to start a fire, just in case of emergency. The theme of being prepared is, as you can see, I like to try to double up on things. We've got, I don't know how many big lighters packed all over. So yeah, this gear bag should be really nice. We're really excited to have this out on the canoe, be able to see what I'm doing out on the canoe, and yeah, excited about that. Well,
and then we are going with this bag. Last time we went, we had our bear vault with, but we are going to go with this bag for our food this year. So we'll be loading our food up into this bag, and it does come with a some cord and a little weight to be thrown up into a tree to get it away and packed up for bears. So we will be putting all our food items into this bag, and I will be carrying it in my Osprey. This is a 50-liter bag, so we'll be putting the food and kitchen items in this bag with me, and then Christian will be carrying.
Another new piece of gear that we got this year was the Granite Gear Superior portage pack, and so we are excited to test this out. All the stuff that you saw earlier in the beginning part, that will all fit in here very nicely, and we're looking to single portage. Hopefully that's the goal, is to single portage. And single portaging is just where you're putting all your gear in one go, and you're not having to backtrack to come grab gear and take it back to your next.
Because we do plan on portaging a few different times,
yep.
So we hope to be able, him carrying that pack with our majority of our tents, sleeping bags, chairs, and tarp, and then cook stuff, food in this one, and then I would be carrying also the Pelican case on the side. So hopefully we are able to do that with the canoe on top. So that is our plan.
We also both have life jackets. This is a new life jacket for me this year. It's an NRS Chinook life preserver. It's a kayak edition, but you know, the breeze part in the back will be nice. Expecting the higher waters, you definitely want to make sure that you've got a good life jacket on and you wear it the entire time. Being we're inexperienced, of course we're going to be wearing ours, but I think it's just a good practice to wear your life jacket anyways, regardless. If anything, it will keep you warmer, and
it's better to be safe.
Just to be better safe than sorry.
And mine's out in the garage, so I don't have mine with me, but we'll be having that. And yeah, so that is all of our gear that we do have, and we're bringing on our 2022